Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to share this makeup look with you guys. This is my Holiday Glam look. It's a very simple eyelid with some kind of frosty shades. I use the Anastasia Self-Made palette and I use that pink champagne color, which is becoming my absolute favorite eyeshadow of all time. I love it. I love the seamless, just beautiful glow that it gives to your lids in general, and then like the dark outer corner. I think it's really, really pretty. My eyelashes are still drying, so they look a little odd. They're falling. Sometimes when you put them on, you have to keep pushing them up until they dry completely so that they're up and not kind of whoop. But anyway, let me go ahead and get started, show you guys what I am doing to achieve this. Also, you can take this to any different level with different color lipsticks. You could use like Stila's Beso, which is my absolute favorite red, for a red lip that does not go anywhere. It stays all day. It does not come off on a wine glass or on somebody's cheek. It stays. The only thing that makes it budge is some olive oil. So if you are at an Italian restaurant and you're dipping your bread into olive oil, that comes off. It just makes it move around a little bit. But everything else stays in place all day long. Or you could use a really pretty dark color on your lid for this lip. Go very vampy. You could use a bright fuchsia. You could do so many different things. And you could even take it up to a New Year's Eve status with some glitter on the inner corner and just slightly down and around your eyes. So let me get started and show you what I am doing to achieve this. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. They're in the shade NW15. That's what I use around my eye for concealing and also for priming. I pump it into a little sample size container by MAC because there's a lot that comes out, and so I don't necessarily need it all at once. So I just pump it in there, and then I use my MAC 287 to go in just with the tip and pick up some product, and then I just place it onto my lid and smooth it out. And you can use those, since this is a duo fiber brush, you can use that tip, those tips right there, to distribute the product and get it onto your lid. And then you can use the pad, which is the side of the brush, and just press it into and smooth it around those areas. And this just creates a flawless space for your eyeshadow to adhere to. I have a lot of little veins and some discoloration on my eyelids, and this just, like I said, it gives me a bare area to work with. And I don't have to have, a different primer and a paint pot and, all kinds of different products. This has a really good long wearing formula, so. And that is it. I just smooth it around on my lid. So there you have it, all primed and ready. And then whatever's left in there I close back up. And this will last, days like this. I've pumped a lot in there before and it's lasted a long time. And also when I go back later and do my concealer, I'll use it as well for that. So, okay, so for the eyes, the Anastasia Self-Made palette. And the first color I'm going to take is that Buttery shade right here. It's a really pretty creamy yellow. It is the color of butter. This is just a Coastal Scents eyeshadow brush. This is an E55 for comparison. It's just a large brush that I can get product onto my entire lid with. And I'm putting that butter all over on top of that concealer. And this just kind of sets that concealer in place and also smooth that I would think orange sherbet would be. And this is my MAC 221. I'm going to take that brush and just dip it into that color, and I'm going to go straight into my lid. I'm not holding the brush like this. I'm not holding the brush up. I am drawing a straight line across my lid with the brush, and you can see I'm doing it very slowly so you guys can see, because fast and I go like this and you really can't see anything. This is just helping to create that crease right here and give that definition to, you can see my upper eyelid is already taking more shape. It pops a little bit more because this line is straight and the curve is up here. So, like I said, just straight. I am not bringing it in round or out to the sides. And that is something that I've just started to change in my makeup routine because I noticed that it makes my eyes pop a little bit more. It makes this arch look a little bit more prevalent on my face than when before, and I would round my crease entirely around my eye. it actually closed my eye off more. So makeup is always a learning process, and there's always little things that you learn, that you pick up, or that you hear somewhere and you decide, okay, I'm going to do that. And for this, going in straight with a line, I believe I got that from Wayne Goss, but I'm not particularly sure because I just watch so many artists and ask questions when I'm at makeup counters and, you know, just trying to educate myself. Okay, so there we go. Go straight in with that line, and you can see how it popped my crease a little bit. It made this look more angular, and it's giving a little bit of definition to my lid. It's giving a surface, so the line just creates like a visual effect. Okay, then what I'm going to do is with my, oh, I didn't bring my blending brush. Okay, I'm going to use this one, and I'm just going to blend the edges of that shadow. And this you can pull in, and then this you can pop out, just to smooth it out. Okay. Actually, there is a blending brush on the Anastasia palette right there. That's all I need. I left my MAC 224 in my bedroom, so there you have it. Okay. Next, I'm going to take that hot chocolate shade, which is right here. It's called Hot Chocolate. And that is going to go onto that MAC 221 as well. And this color I'm going to keep down here and bring it into my crease. Just circular, you can see circular motions right in here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And this you can do very, very lightly and then go in and darken up as you create the shape you want on that outer corner. Which is exactly what I do. So I just keep building it. Creating these circular motions right in here. And building, building, building. And then I will go in and bring it onto the lid slightly, so just running it through here to help diffuse. And then on the other side as well. And then running it onto my lid a little bit. And then I go back and I just keep building that chocolate shape little by little. So you see I didn't go in and place color and just go wham right away. I took it small amounts at a time, just little bitty bits at a time. And then, like I said, you just bring it onto the lid. I'm staying out of that kind of inner corner right in here, but I am creating a shape for my lid by bringing this in slightly. Okay, then I'm going to take that Spirit Rock, which is a black. It does have some sparkle, but it does not show as much as you think it would. If you did a black base, like with eyeliner, and you did a smoky eye, and you used some Fix Plus, you would see that glitter, that sparkle. But for this look on the outer corner, you really won't see it. This is a Chanel Contour Shadow Blender in number 20, and you can see it is tapered. I'll show you it next to the 221, the MAC 221. The taper is very, very precise. It comes to a elongated point, and it's packed very tightly. Boy, I cannot speak today. This is kind of flared out a little bit. This is packed very tightly into this point. And just on that tip, I tap it into the black shade, shake off excess, and I'm going to go into the outer corner and just place my color. I don't think I picked up anything. Okay. So just a little dot. And I've been doing this a lot lately to my outer lid, and I like the effect that a black gives to any eyeshadow look. It just kind of brings it up a notch, gives another kind of level to your eyelid, another layer, if you will, to your makeup. So I think it makes colors pop very nicely. And then right on top of that chocolate, I'm not going outside of where I placed the chocolate, I'm keeping it in. I will bring it down onto the lid in like a swiping motion, like this. Just to connect it and bring it kind of onto my lash line. And then I will go into the crease this way. Just like that. And then with my blending brush, I will blend around any edges that there might be. And lastly, the main thing, I'm going to take a highlight shade. I'm using this Treasure right here. We're going to use this pink champagne in a minute, but I'm going to do highlighting really quickly with just a normal eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to pop it underneath my eyebrows, just for some pop. Okay, now I'm going to take a E55 and my MAC Fix Plus and spray both sides of it. Then I'm going to take it into that pink champagne color, which is beautiful. The reason why I purchased this entire palette, and I've actually ordered the shade already from AVH online. Absolutely gorgeous champagne, pink champagne color. I'm going to get it on both sides of that brush. The Fix Plus helps it to adhere, and I get a lot of color payoff. So there you have, do you see it? Right there on the tip. And that is going to go right here, and I'm just pressing in. I'm not dragging or anything. I am simply pressing the color onto my lid. I'm keeping it down here outside of that crease, and then I flip the brush around for the other side and I get this side of my lid. It's beautiful. Okay. Then with that 221, I just go in and diffuse any lines that created. And with that, whatever is left on the Chanel brush where I put the black, I go back in and go over that area because some of that some of that pink champagne got out here, and I like for this to stay relatively dark. Okay, so I'm going to go and apply some liner, and for my concealer, I'll do that on camera. So let me go apply some liner really quickly. Okay, so I did apply some eyeliner. I used the Loreal Carbon Intense Liner Intense, what is it, Carbon Black Liner Intense, sorry, by Loreal. And I just go in and I did very light line. I don't go into the inner corner of my eye. That just disappears when I open my eye, so it's pointless and it gets messy. And then you can see where I kind of started over here. And then I keep it very, very thin because my lid touches, so I have to keep it very thin. Now for that outer corner right there, I'm going to go in with that Spirit Rock on that tiny brush again, right in here, and I'm going to just deepen up and kind of connect it to the wing. And you can see when I open my eye where that black needs to be, right here. Just in that, where that crease, where that kind of skin crease touches where my flick is. Does that make sense? I'm just going into that area. I'm just kind of creating a little bit more dark right there so that you really don't notice the crease going into the line anymore. And with my MAC 224, I just go in and blend. I had to go get it because I couldn't blend without it. So just go in and blend it all out. Okay, for concealer, I go back into that concealer pot I have and my MAC 287, get it on the tip, and I just start placing. If you have a lot of fallout, you can clean up with baby wipe or a face wipe before, but I didn't have any, so I'm just going to go in and place my little triangles. And then this outer corner, I just flick up and then bring down. I have a dark spot over here that always gets concealed when I apply my concealer. And then some freckles over here that also get concealed when I apply my triangles. That kind of triangle shape takes care of a lot of the discoloration that I have that shows through some of the foundation that I wear. Flick up again. And then this comes down, and then this side I do brush up and around just to clean it up. Inner corner. And then I'm just making sure that it's smooth. And just by doing that, you'll see it kind of cleans up the edge around the eye and lightens up my under eye area. And I've got a red spot there. This one also. Okay. So I do that with the brush, and then I kind of let it sink in so the product is not so wet anymore. You can also go down the center of your nose and your forehead to highlight. So, and then I do that before I do very much of anything else. And just to highlight a little bit. And then for setting powder underneath my eyes, I use a Ben Nye Cameo powder. It's a luxury powder in the shade Cameo. It's very fair, very light. The sister to that is the banana powder that everybody likes for setting under eye. If you're a darker skin tone, that works very, very nicely for brightening and just setting that under eye area. If you're pale like I am, it's yellow. It's just yellow all the time. So the Cameo, I think, works way better for us fair-skinned people. And then I just go in and I tap to distribute product and remove any of the lines that my brush may have created. And I'm not removing any product. I'm keeping the concentration of product pretty much to the same area. Setting that with that Cameo powder. Same thing on the other side, just tapping to blend it in. And you'll notice I'm not really going into where I put that concealer because I like for it to be very heavy where my dark circles are. And just diffused as it goes outward. And then those areas that I tapped it onto, setting those. Okay. Okay, I went ahead and put my eyelashes on and touched up my eyeliner just a little bit to blend it all in. Also applied some mascara, and now I'm going to fuse everything together like I was talking about. The layers that I put on my face, the contour, the blush, and the highlight are all just there. I didn't blend anything because I do that when I set my actual face powder with my face powder. And I like to use the Coty Airspun to do this. However, I'm having a very difficult time finding it at my local CVS and Walgreens. They never have it in stock, and I use the translucent fair one. But I just can't, like I said, can't find it. So I picked up the CoverGirl 105 professional powder. This is translucent fair. And I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics Ball Wand brush, and I just get some of that into the lid. That's entirely too much, but that's how much came out because I wasn't watching. And then I get that onto my brush, and I just place, and then I blend. So then I take this from the highlight and blend in circular motions around, and that just really fuses everything together. The powders that I put in blends that shimmer into that blush and that contour and blush all together. Also, what I put here gets blended, my nose gets blended. It does a good job of blending everything in. And everything is set. And then as my final step, I will spray my face with some Fix Plus. And wait for that to dry. Whew. And make sure my lips are clean. That is my finished eye look. That is the eye look that I have been wearing most recently using that Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette. It's just a beautiful palette with some great colors, and I'm loving it. I'm just letting that, if I was to wrinkle my forehead, I would have expression lines because that Fix Plus dries, you know, on your face like that. So you just kind of want to keep your face nice and tightly, no expression until it's set, and then you can, you know, do whatever, and it just melts everything into your skin very, very nicely. So that is the overall finished eyelid look and face. I just need some product. So MAC's Faux Lipstick. You could go with a red or any kind of a dark. I just went with something very neutral for this look. But for like a party, dress it up with a red or a really pretty fuchsia or anything in the dark family, and it looks beautiful. Okay, moving up. My finished look, I'll put something on because I just have a camisole on. It is like 77 degrees outside right now, not even winter-y. It's just very hot, which is gross. But yeah, camisole because I'm just hot inside, even though I have the AC on. Because I know it's hot outside, I know I'm hot inside. So my overall finished look, I hope you guys enjoyed that. For foundation, I forgot to mention it, but I have on the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade 215, which I am really, really liking lately. I think it's a great foundation. It's very high quality, and it stays, and it just kind of blends with my skin seamlessly, and it creates a very, very flawless canvas, and it does stay all day long if I use the proper primers. And there's 4 primers to choose from, so you have to be careful about which one you use. But really great look. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.